The place where I want to start today is...
Talk to me.
This is just the news itself. There's two things. There's the news itself, to me, that's a bombshell, because in February, nobody expected Jimmy Garoppolo was going to be on the 49ers roster. Oh. Nobody. So it's hugely unexpected, and it does have ramifications. It has ramifications. This is incredible in terms of a sports story.
No, it is. And at the end of the day, the people that are out there, and I'm one of them, Steiny, that says the quarterback room is healthy or healthier now, it is true by keeping Garoppolo. And in a crazy way, I almost want to give Shanahan props for knowing that this could be, something down the road to where if Trey struggles, now you got not another unknown commodity or a failure coming in to try to save the season, because you lived that in 2020. Now you got a guy that has more skins on the wall, a guy that started in the Super Bowl. So the only thing that Trey Lance, to me, has lost in this whole last 48 hours is a life. There's 8 lives now, because you could tell me, they did this in case he gets hurt. But what if he struggles now, Steiny? You owe Kyle Shanahan and Lynch, you owe the other 50 guys in that locker room the best opportunity to win and the best and most experienced quarterback to be under center. And now, again, I'm not hoping this. If Trey Lance struggles, and he's never done it on a big stage, even in college. Now you got number 10. If 6 weeks into the season, Steiny, you say, you know what, Trey? You're not ready. You're not seasoned. But we got some seasoned spaghetti in the refrigerator, and that's called Garoppolo Getty. And they can take that out and start him. Why wouldn't you do it? And they got him on the cheap. So this all ended up working out for basically everybody. But what I love about it is Trey Lance ain't getting no scholarship. Ain't no, if number 10's on the sideline, he's going to... No, you got to go take what's yours, Trey. And you're getting first crack, Jack, come Chicago 9/11.
To me, the beauty of what is going on right now.
Tell me.
And this is what I love. This is why I'm excited.
Right.
Because what we have here is an unorthodox move. We've got something that is clearly different.
Right.
And it involves quarterbacks, which are the most important position in all of sports. So the San Francisco 49ers are trying something at quarterback that hasn't been tried, certainly to this extent. And we don't know how it's going to turn out. And this is why I love it. Because if you say, do not take this as an indictment of Trey Lance.
Okay.
You know what? You might be right. Joe Schmo might say, they got a problem with Trey Lance.
Right.
And you know what?
I'm Joe Schmo.
He might be right.
Right.
Nobody knows.
Right.
We're all doing the best we can. But I do think it's easy to say at this point that the 49ers' best case scenario for 15, 16, 18 months after they've drafted Trey Lance, it's not the best case scenario. It doesn't mean he's not going to be great.
Right.
It doesn't mean he's not going to start. But, okay, you know what? Let's be fair. When they did this, it was unusual, too, because some people were saying, play Trey Lance right away.
Gotcha.
And clearly the 49ers were like, just take a look at what Kansas City did with Alex Smith, 1 year, Okay, he ain't Pat Mahomes. Okay, we know that now.
Okay.
Now, it's easy to say, well, of course he wasn't Pat Mahomes, but we also know he's not going to come into this league and set it on fire. Right? We know that.
Well, we can't rob him of that. He's going to get the opportunity, though,
Kyle Shanahan. No, I think Kyle Shanahan knows it. I think he knows it.
That's interesting. Let me read this to you because you set it up.
If the 49ers, so you would say they only did this as protection against Trey Lance injury.
No, poor play.
Okay,
exactly. And kudos to him. On YouTube, Steiny, we got 350 on there. Hyro Flip Picks goes, Guru, Trey hasn't lost anything. If anything, he's gained less pressure. No, there's more pressure. There's more pressure now because option B is not your typical backup. He's really a starter that's played in 1 Super Bowl and 2 NFC championship games. They have turned the heat up on Trey Lance in a way, Steiny, I thought the furnace couldn't get to, but the pilot is hot, and we'll see it all play out because right now, you said it. We don't know, but it's going to reveal itself. And if he's not, even average, are we going to see week 6, week 7? You know what, Kyle? You owe it to the big fellas and all the other vets to start the best possible quarterback. And you didn't answer my question. I asked you, Willard and Larry, week 1, who is the Niners' best starting?
It's Trey Lance.
No, who's the best option, though? We know who's starting.
Trey Lance. It has to be.
You think he's better than Jimmy now?
He better be. Because you can't
8 days.
I think it's close enough that the team will probably be like, yeah, let's give it a try with Trey Lance. Let's see what happens. Right. If he's good, he's good. If he's bad, they'll go to Jimmy Garoppolo. But I think part of the problem, part of the confusion is the question you just asked. Is Lance better than Garoppolo? Is Garoppolo better than Lance? I'm starting to think Kyle Shanahan doesn't know the answer to that.
And that's a problem, JD.
But clearly he thinks it's pretty close.
Yeah.
I'm going to say one thing, and well, I'm going to say a million things.
Yeah. And
I'm going to say this. I after talking to some people, everything I have heard, I do think the 49ers, they poorly managed this situation.
I think
it was poorly managed.
I disagree.
Because I'm talking to my agent.
All right.
Friend, and he's telling me that the 49ers could have had a 2 for Jimmy Garoppolo in March.
Wow.
But they wanted more than that at that particular time. It didn't help that Jimmy had a shoulder issue at that point. But clearly, one thing that was happening is the 49ers were asking too much for Jimmy Garoppolo at a time when his shoulder was hurt. But here's the other thing my agent said.
All right.
He said that the shoulder injury wasn't very much of a complication because everybody knew what Jimmy Garoppolo could do when he had shoulder surgery. You make the deal for Jimmy Garoppolo. Of course he's going to have to pass a physical. If he doesn't pass a physical, then you don't make the trade. But he's like, Jimmy Garoppolo is Jimmy Garoppolo. Everybody knew this wasn't career threatening. They knew it was a shoulder injury.
So they just didn't want Jimmy.
They held out for too much. And then one by one, teams are like, that's too much for Jimmy Garoppolo. We're going to go take somebody a little less for Jimmy Garoppolo, or maybe we don't think it's as good as Jimmy Garoppolo. And, we're not going to give up as much as you want. It's funny. Here's the other thing. Yeah. For all you guys out there that think Jimmy Garoppolo stinks, he must not stink too bad because the 49ers wouldn't trade him for a second or third round pick back in March.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you this, and the reason I said I disagree, and I'm not saying your agent friend, is wrong. I just really believe the damaged goods, talking about the shoulder and the fact he had to go under the knife, stopped everybody in their tracks. And I'll say this about the Niners and why they did that whole ceremony of goodbye. I really believe they didn't think they could get Jimmy for $6.5 million, Steiny. I believe they really thought he was going to get much greater pay elsewhere. And the fact that now, the music stopped playing, musical chairs, there's nowhere for you to go. Stay here for $6 million.
They wanted too much. They wanted too much early for Jimmy Garoppolo. They wanted too much early for Jimmy Garoppolo, and you weren't going to go. Now, I'm not saying, look, did the shoulder injury factor in a little bit? Absolutely, but not to the extent that it would scare a team. And if it did scare a team, fine. Make it contingent on the physical 2 months from now. Plus, it's Jimmy Garoppolo, Mr. Professional. I don't believe that was an issue.
Because it looked like nobody was sniffing around.
I'm sorry, a major issue. A major issue. All right, here's what's going on. 888-957-9570 is the number. What was the first thing you thought of when you heard that Jimmy Garoppolo was back? Did you think, this is an issue for Trey Lance? Did you think we just got better? There's so many branches. Which one are you on? All right, 12:45. We're pushing the Kyle Shanahan conference call back to 12:45, but we're going to play it in its entirety. So 888-957-9570 will get your reaction from after the break until 12:45. Then it's Kyle Shanahan on 95.7 The Game.